Alright, chat. We have here what I am referring to as Naya Massacre. Naya because of the colors that it is. Massacre because that's what's going to happen to us when our opponents cast Meathook inevitably in most of the matches we are about to play. So we've got Jetmir as well as Jetmir's second as lots of ways to both go wide and get paid off for going wide. We've got three different 4 of 2 drops here, 2 of which ramp us to our 4 drops ahead of curve, and another which provides a steady flow of payoffs for all of our creatures coming into play. Got a couple of Rabble Rousing here at the very top end of our curve. This is a good way to double up the amount of creatures we have in play to enable Jetmir's biggest text for our closing punch. Interested to see if this deck, with the addition of Guardian of Faith out of the sideboard and the Massacre matchups, feels like it can be competitive, or if this is just a creature deck that's going to be edged out of the format while that card is legal. Let's play some matches. Okay, rolling into a very solid 6 here. I'm gonna Jinnie here because I would like to play around Jawari Disruption rather than running my 4-drop into it potentially. Run, kitties, run! Charm and kill them? I mean, they gotta have some kind of interaction here, right? Okay, our game against Sparky here, really solid. We just assume they're a Goldspan Dragon deck, right? I think is the base assumption. Rabble Rousing, probably slow here. I think I mostly want this against decks that play to the board. We're also bringing in a different 5-drop, which has this be a little bit less appealing. Jetmir, probably slow for that reason, which are a couple of Innkeepers as well. They could have stuff like Burn Down the House. I want some Guardians of Faith because of that. Maybe we want a couple of Guardian of Faith so we just like give up on all the Innkeepers. Yeah, Cinderclasp is a possibility too. Classroom's not as good against us because some of our stuff gets a little bit bigger than that. Yeah, almost assuredly a Goldspan Dragon deck. Likely Leer as well. They could be a Calamity combo deck. They could also be the Storm adjacent combo deck as well. There's like 3 or 4 different blue-red decks that combo. The white splash here could imply that they're on the Storm variation though. With Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, I don't think you bring a Graveyard Hate for Leer in a deck like this, even if we had it. I think you just like Valorous Stance and hope to have it. Yeah, show off confidence is the Storm card. It's Edge. The classic keep a 3-lander on the draw, miss your 4th land drop. Peak Magic the Gathering experience. At least we have this as a castable card at their end step. And Invoke Calamity could be another thing they're doing. Like I said, I think the white land implies that they're more likely show of confidence than anything else, but could be a variety of things for sure. This blue-red combo core has like 3 or 4 different decks. What 8 cards worth of win condition do you wish to play, basically? I think the big thing that stands out to me about my opponent's last turn there, where the instant speed swept me and then killed my other thing, was how fun and inviting it was. And I hope I experience it again. It seems like it's very replayable. Definitely exciting. They've drawn as many expressive iterations as you've drawn lands. Yeah, accurate. Oh, man. Maybe they don't have any spells, chat. Maybe their hand is all lands. I believe. Their hand is all lands. Not a single spell to be had in their hand right now. Hey, Burpsy, thank you for the 34 months. Welcome back, I appreciate it.
We continue. From root to canopy, the trees are mighty.
Burning down the house. Whoo! Burn, baby, burn. Do 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 do. Beep beep do 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 do. Beep beep do 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 do. We've played 1.5 decks today. What they say, chat, third Cadillac is the charm. You've had second Chariots, yes, but what about third Chariots? It's the part where they double block and then have a burn spell? Or single block and have a burn spell? That's still pretty good for us anyway. This is the first deck today. Well, I say we've played 1.5 because I played one match with Angels, got Meathook massacred several times, and then promptly stopped playing it. This is the part where we get instant speed burned down to the house, right? Whoa! They actually just flooded out and died, chat. Never forget being... It's okay to be unlucky, chat, but just be less unlucky than the competition. As someone who was incredibly excited at the prospect of alchemy and what it could mean for Magic and balancing formats, it is baffling to me that cards like Meathook Massacre haven't been adjusted in the format where they're able to be adjusted. Like, what's the point of having a format where you can rebalance cards instead of banning them outright when they're a touch too strong if you're actually just not gonna use it? Like, what was the point? Like, I am not surprised. I am not surprised that they haven't banned Meathook in Standard, because banning cards is something they view as pretty extreme. I am very surprised, however, that it hasn't been adjusted in Alchemy. That was literally supposed to be the point of the format, where they can make non-extreme changes to things that are obviously overtuned. They've just decided that's not going to be the case. Rhine Dragon, I would heavily discourage you from making comments like that that are based on nothing other than your stomach. Don't spread nonsense. Why did I crew that? Because I'm just autopiloting and talking to chat? Yeah, let's go with that. I don't know, Tubos. There's a reason why we played against 7 Meathook Massacre decks in a row on the ladder yesterday. It's not because they're getting beat by other things. I'm more likely to have something I want to kill with this than something I want to destroy with this. They can kill Jetmir, they get to eat this for free, but... Alright, I mean, well, we're in a spot where Meathook's not lethal, so we've got that going for us. Even with this treasure, they're only gonna have X's 3 next turn. Taldir. First time chatter, 3-month subscriber. Thanks for the support. What? Okay. Okay, like, seriously, Auto Temper? Are you, go home, you're drunk. Go, like, what even is this? What, like, we're holding up Eiganjo instead of the spell? I guess we're technically holding up Eiganjo. I guess. Sorry, opponent, I was tilting about the auto tapper. I didn't mean to slow roll you. Alright, well, they're definitely a Meathook Massacre deck. They showed it to us. I'll bring in Guardian of Faith. Trim Charm, Trin Innkeeper, bring in some Wrenn and Sevens. I think Rabble Rousing is probably bad against the sweeper decks, actually. We'll leave in a couple Innkeepers. The life gain is good, and getting to 4 ahead of curve is nice. Doesn't do anything. Man. Okay, we have Naya for this, I guess, but definitely white looking a little bit awkward in all of our pathways. Okay, with that draw, this pathway... Oh, I actually don't have a second white pathway. Quick maths. Red, green, white. Yeah, Innkeeper's a temporarily embarrassed white mana. Never didn't have it. Oh, you know what? Am I supposed to Boseiju this before it gets to the second chapter? Perhaps I am. We can Boseiju for 1 mana here. According to Untapped metrics, Naya Rune has the best win rate, followed by 6 Meathook Massacre decks and then white aggro. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Taking 8 here. Okay. No, I'm not dead yet.
Sundown Pass can fight their own battles.
They cut off our source of life gain, which is unfortunate. Block there. I think I'd rather block the one that's dealing more damage rather than the Treasure Maker. They've got plenty of mana for the most part at this point. No Vigilance yet, because we only have 2 creatures, but definitely want to spend my mana here. It's crazy how close and interesting these games are until we get Meathook massacred. Like, this game actually had a lot of good back and forth where, like, had players blocking on both sides, and then they finally drew Meathook, and now the game is over. Because even if I can recover a board state after this, this is just gonna kill me by virtue of draining me out as their creature dies. So there's no comeback mechanism here. Good chance we like brick our land and die here, but God bless us, everyone. The spells are just so good here. If we hit 4 lands in 4 turns, I think we have a really good shot. We skip to cast our Guardians. Glass half full. Deciding, do they want a treasure token before they trade here? They decide they do not. Playing the land out here because if they try and shock this, We'll be able to pump it up. And now that they've done nothing, I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn here because I don't really want to play out into a Meathook Massacre if I can avoid it. Spend our mana with Wandering Emperor.
You require my aid. I will cull the weak.
I'm home. Keep watch for intruders. Remember your training.
So it doesn't give trample until 6, so go ahead and just ship this here. And I think I just Wrenn and Seven, because Wrenn and Seven makes a token that outsizes Meathook Massacre.
Do what I demand.
The will of the woods is made manifest.
A gift in
Okay.
exchange for loyalty.
We are wilting.
Are thinking about just making spiders here?
My hatred lives. You're done.
Run away. You'll be safer. Strike fast and strike hard.
I will.
I think I want to do this. Jetmir definitely seems really mediocre in these matchups. It's so hard to get even 3 creatures into play on these boards. I guess its base stat line is like okay, but they even just have plenty of blockers to throw in front of a 5/4 as well. It's like a card that's super difficult to enable into these good decks.
Still have much to learn.
My power is for annihilation.
Fucking Magic players, chat. People telling me Meathook Massacre is comparable to Black Sun Zenith. They just don't get it. They just see black X on a card and go derp derp. They must all be the same. Woohoo! Woohoo! That's not true, Tumos. Black Sun Zenith did not see play in every black deck. You didn't play Black Sun Zenith inside of creature decks. No, comparable to Green Sun Zenith? Nah, that's not. I don't think it's comparable to Green Sun Zenith. Those cards don't do a remotely the same thing. So just because a card's a format staple of a given color doesn't mean they're all format staples are. That's like saying, oh, so it's like Lightning Bolt? Like, that's obviously very silly. Or just super dead here. My cards suck. They have 5 cards in their hand. They have a Planeswalker on board. I have no catch-up mechanics. I don't know what a Killing Wave is, but I'm gonna assume Meathook Massacre is not comparable to it because I have no idea what a Killing Wave is. Meathook Massacre is a uniquely powerful card that does not really have a card to draw comparisons to. I think the card that it is maybe remotely comparable to Meathook Massacre is Blood Artist. But even then, it's not even really comparable to Blood Artist because Meathook Massacre is self-enabling. It kills things when you play it, enabling its text. Blood Artist doesn't do that. Meathook Massacre is a uniquely powerful effect that is more powerful than most traditional sweepers because it hangs around and creates board presence on future turns, and it is a sweeper that is not only playable but is actively good inside of your own creature deck as a win condition catch-up split card. If normally when you play a sweeper in your creature deck, it comes at a cost, Meathook Massacre says, okay, you're winning this game, cast me, kill your own board, you win the game a turn sooner. That's what Meathook Massacre does, chat. That's its downside. Its downside is that it kills them a turn and a half sooner, usually. Am I on the draw? I think I'm on the draw. Let's draw lands, huh? You know, we need to draw a 3rd land here so we can Gala into Wedding Announcement and then we'll make a treasure for Emperor. To be fair, Andrew, a lot of previous format staple sweepers weren't mythics, right? So the pricing on Meathook Massacre is largely Wizards of the Coast leaning into the more predatory aspect of their distribution model. Yeah, playable sweepers are usually rares. So, well, I think it's funny to chuckle about the price, but I don't think the price is necessarily indicative of power level due to the rarity of the card. I'll kindly ask you to keep your facts out of my narrative. I apologize, you're right. It's 2022, chat. You can't let the facts get in the way of a good story. It's un-American. Wow, we are getting bodied, chat. Holy crap. Oof. Oh, that's lethal, because they get to sacrifice the one that I try and exile with Emperor, so we don't gain life. We get drained instead. I guess I technically go to 1, but I just don't have a recovery mechanic from that position. All right, Portable Hold, Strangle, Abrade. Let's bring our curve down a touch. I'm glad you enjoyed Decorash enough to pick it up, Sporadic. I don't have a direct affiliate link for them. They know that they got that's it's a flat rate campaign. So they know I send people their way. So appreciate your comment. The game was very good. Felt like one of the more innovative deck building games in that genre. All right, so we do that into Chariot this turn. Nah, there's no way bans don't happen out of cycle with that. They're doing a client update today. There's no other changes coming back. Start by attacking and see what we get. We get nothing! Good day, sir. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Think I'm playing Wedding Announcement out here. It's close though. I was kind of hoping to get to attack with 2 creatures there so I could draw a card. Because now if they just Meathook us this turn, we're kind of just like didn't get any value from it. All right, no Meathook. Okay, and the fact that they're playing out Smelter here kind of implies they don't currently have access to Meathooks. That's good for us. I'm just blocking. It's close though. Emperor's a stellar draw here. Oh, I missed the free treasure. Thanks for shouting that. Yeah, I just missed it, chat. I haven't played a ton with this card. If I Emperor here to save this, this is going to get to kill her next turn, so that's not great. The third 2/2 here, given the option. They're gonna have a shock though. Bolt Surge. I guess if they have Surge, they probably want to kill the Emperor instead of my 2/2. The Greasefang Explorer deck is very good. Agree. Might just gain a bunch of life this turn. I don't want this to be a 2/2. We're definitely going Gala Greeters into Wandering Emperor here, I think. I think this is the right order to gain slightly more life. I guess, do we do it the other way? We'd get a 2/2 and gain 2. No, that's about a wash, right? Because we gain 1/2 here. Can I make this a 2/2?
Let your blade do the talking.
If I go Gala Greeters, Innkeeper. No, I guess I gain one more the other way, right? We go Gala Greeters into Innkeeper, gain 2, do this, gain 1, get a 1/1. Okay, so I missed 1 point of life with my sequencing here. Oh, I'm getting an end step token though. Never mind, JK. This is fine. Having fun, I'm having fun. Magic is fun. Inviting, replayable, exciting.
Back to wandering.
Cool. And this is honestly, so like this match here is a good example of why the various Meathook Massacre decks are so good. Because when you talk about the card, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, well, you can beat Meathook Massacre specifically. But the Meathook Massacre decks aren't just the card Meathook Massacre, right? Like, we got run over in the first game by their creature plan, and our deck can be built and sideboarded in a way that we can beat their creature aggressive plan. It is, however, near impossible, it feels like, to beat both Meathook and their plan B. There's just so much going on simultaneously. These decks, as always the case of Magic, are a sum of their parts. It's not just as simple as beating a single card. Thanks for the 19 months afterthought. Appreciate it.
I'm home. May your
By coin or carnage, tribute is owed.
show them how we greet our enemies.
Dare I say, I think we're ahead at the moment?
Oh, I have a job.
And a significant part of why we're ahead at the moment is because we've only drawn 4 lands this game, and our opponent has drawn, what, 8? So we have a lot more gas in the tank than they do, because they're flooding and we are not. Still, some danger of being burned out here by their Meathook Massacre and tokens. Not out of the woods yet, but we are a little bit ahead at the moment. And this is, again, you know, just part of the power level of Meathook as a card is that from here, we could still lose because of Meathook Massacre's passive text. That's true. They've also seen more cards. So they've seen 5 more cards than us here, it says. Yeah, maybe we're supposed to discard the extra Jinnie for 2 life there. I could see that. Going to 6, I'm going to 4, I'm going to 3. Kill the hook with what?
revenge will be shake down the locals.
Years of training for this?
Alright, I'm at 1. I definitely should have discarded this Jinnie into the objects list. That was a good take. Alright, chat. So it turns out when you draw only 4 lands and they draw, you know, 2.5 times that many, you can get on the scoreboard. Hashtag sometimes lucky. Easy, easy dub. Alright, now I get to try when a game on the draw. Our first game win. No, we played against a not Meathook Massacre deck in the first match, and we easily 2-0'd it. Feels like they have a removal spell here, so I'm gonna play my creature that I care less about getting killed.
I'm gonna remake this town. My goons will make quick work of you.
What they get? Did they mulligan?
Next time, I'll cut you down.
I'm a little surprised they didn't play this off of the treasures. Yes, they could play a land that they hit. Treasure token turns into a 3/1. Counter. I really don't understand why the treasure token is tapped on this card. I don't get it. The power level of this archetype feels nowhere near good enough to need a safety valve like that. Like, the card already only lets you trigger each ability once per turn. It feels like such an unnecessary drawback. If it wasn't once, well, it can't be infinite. It only triggers once per turn for each of its effects. If it didn't have the once per turn clause, I'd agree with you. But it has the once per turn clause, so like, what's the deal? making treasures. My sub expired and I lost my free speech rights. What is this channel, America? Something like that. Thanks for the 21 months, Seto. Welcome back. I think I just have to trade here. I don't think I can just take these hits. Like, there's a good chance my board gets Meathooked at some point anyways. Just want to get value and exchanges out of these creatures when I can.
Shake down the cities. Oh, I have a job for you.
We have 7 mana total this turn. I kind of want to just attack both Obnixilis to be able to draw a card with Wedding Announcement. Is that better than making a token? Maybe it's not better than making tokens, actually. To wait for them to target Chariot with both these death triggers, and then I'm going to Wandering Emperor and give it a 1/1 counter. I want to wait till after the damage happens, because if I give it first strike, then these damages will target my base. So I'd like to save myself the 2 points of life here.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Stop me if you've heard this one before, but we're in a really good spot here if they don't draw Meathook.
My coin or carnage. Pleasure doing business with you.
Let your blade do the talking.
Alright, so we do this. Leave this back on defense, I think. Want to be able to jump block this this 3/3 in a pinch.
Beats me and survives.
No one beats you and survives. Well, if you don't draw Meathook, we're gonna survive. I think, maybe. Maybe. I guess they have the 2/2, and they get to fire up 10 of the Bugbear here as well. Go. Yeah, and their deck gets a lot of looks at Meathook specifically, is accurate. they dealt combat damage to us yet? You know, I don't believe they have. They're definitely attacking with these. If I attack with these as well, it leaves me with 3 blockers. I think I need to leave. I think I actually need to leave these back. Oh, I think I'd actually rather have the... I guess that's close, because Wedding Announcement's going to pop off here. Yeah, definitely, Space Martian. I think this is a gain 2 life with Wandering Emperor angle, huh? I don't know if that's gonna matter, but feels like the play. Yeah, I'd actually be dead this turn if I hadn't gained 2 with Emperor. Yeah. Because they have 5. They can currently put me to 1, chat. They can fire up Den of the Bugbear. I'm forced to block 5 creatures, killing them all, and they can activate Oni Cult Anvil. Actually, just incredible. And I want you to look at how incredibly close this game is, and then ask yourself how not close it would be if my opponent had seen a second Meathook Massacre in 28 cards. Alright, Cody. You know the rules, and so do I. Look, their card that made the game even more incredibly in their favor, it also put them up to 23. Cool.
Never done for good. May your blade strike true.
We might have a shot, chat. We might have a shot. Take a chance on me. Do. Second Emperor might squeak this out. Maybe. We're dead to a Volt Surge here. We're dead to a shock. Because they fire up Den of the Bugbear, we try to exile it, they kill it in response, we block the 1/1, they sack Oni Cult to itself. So we're dead. We're dead to a removal spell. Kills us here. Any 1 or 2 mana removal spell means we lose the game.
I don't need respect, just obedience. You work for me now, runt. Oh, I have a job for you.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
Guards, to me!
Yeah, if we had one of our 3 Jetmirs, it would be lethal here. Cool. And by cool, I mean I'm done playing this deck and I'm done playing creature decks in standard while Meathook Massacre is legal. It's just an incredibly frustrating and awful experience. I wish a deck like this that wanted to attack and block was good. Unfortunately, our deck named Naya Massacre turned out to be a reality. We beat the blue-red control deck that obviously didn't have access to Meathook Massacre because it was blue-red control, and we lost to an aggressive Meathook deck, and we lost to a mid-range Meathook deck. I don't think playing creatures in this format is something you really want to be doing.